Hello there. Welcome to this episode of our video series, Keep Moving. Today, I shall be following up on an issue I spoke on a few days ago. In the feedback that followed that short video, a number of people expressed their frustrations and concerns, inability to manage the skill of goal setting in the midst of crowded interests. Today, I am back to help clarify some issues, offer help. Hopefully, there could be a way forward for such individuals. Now, before I get into that, let me be clear on some issues. Number one, goal setting and the achievement of goals demand strict discipline and regimented lifestyle. It is not for the uncommitted. That's number one. Number two, learning to say no to distractions, unaligned opportunities, or competing desires is critical. Learning to say no. The first step in leadership is learning to lead yourself. If you cannot lead yourself, then forget about leadership. You can't lead anybody when you can't lead yourself. And personal leadership begins by learning to say no to yourself. Now, with these two grand norms in mind, let me attempt to clear the path for some people who feel overwhelmed when it comes to the issue of goal setting. And I'm going to outline 5 critical steps that will help you in your personal struggles to be able to set clear goals and identify straightforward paths in working your way to success in life. Now, number one critical step, if you want to master the skill of goal setting, what is the big picture you are looking at? Now, dreams and visions are terms we use interchangeably, but the point is, what do you want to become? Or what do you want your life to become? That's the whole fuse about visions and dreams and whatever. In the long run, what do you want your life to look like? What are you chasing in life? That is what I call the big picture. This is very important because your vision acts as the compass. The big picture you're looking at tempers your life, shapes your action. That is where the drive comes from. That is what governs your choices. You start by making a list of 3 to 5 key things you are looking at as a big picture of your life. Now, number 2, that is what we call brain dump. You need to perform a brain dump on yourself. And what is brain dump? Simply pour out, concretize, write down. Now, brain dump will help bring clarity to your thoughts, reduce them to things you can visibly identify, make a list of them. How often or when last did you find the opportunity to think about your life? Think critically about the things you do, how you do them, the things that really worry you. I'm not talking about needless anxiety. I'm not talking about cares and worries of life. I'm talking about critical thinking. And you need to be asking questions, demanding answers from yourself. The reason many people stumble at things and eventually stumble through life is the lack of critical thinking. They stumble onto things without plans, without imagination. But when you engage in critical thinking, two things will happen to you. Number one is that you have ready answers for the things you encounter in a typical day, because you have sat down to think through the day, think through your actions, think through your options, the choices you need to make. Number two, when you indulge in critical thinking, you have the capacity, the tendency to correct yourself and re-engineer yourself. These two things are very critical in our day-to-day life as we chase our various dreams and visions. So take out time, make a list of all the things that come to your head and ask questions, demand answers from yourself. Step number 3, put these thoughts into categories. The things you will think about will normally fall into categories such as health and awareness, career and finances, marriage and relationship, spirituality and personal growth, and leisure and hobbies. These are the major categories that can capture every aspirations of a normal human being. They fall into these 5 categories. All the items on your list will eventually fall into one of these 5 categories. Begin to put them, whether you find 2, 3, 4, 5 items under one category, put them just like that. Begin to fit them where they belong. And beautifully put these concerns into the various categories where they belong. And one thing is that grouping similar concerns, similar goals, makes it easier for you to be able to identify patterns of your life. Helps you to spot your priorities, the things that really concern you. So it's important. And then the next step in setting this goal, the number 4 step, is what I call assessing the importance and urgency needs or levels of all those things you have outlined. Now, that is what we call a Eisenhower matrix. That matrix gives us 4 lenses of looking at the concerns of our lives. Now, what you do is, when you have made a list of all the goals, all the concerns, all the things you think matter to you, you will discover something, that there are things that are important and urgent at the same time. These things are top priorities for you. They are the things that truly matter. So anything that falls into the category of important and urgent, mark them out as top priority. 2, there are things that are important, but they are not urgent. That is second class. And what you do with such things is you put them on a schedule. These ones that are important and urgent demand immediate personal action. That's where to begin from. The second level is the ones that are important but not urgent. That means you have opportunity to schedule them, the opportunity you have time to work on them. The number 3 class are things that are not important, but they are urgent. That's where things that are a little bit removed from you, but they take your time, you can take a chance by delegating those things so that you can buy enough time to really concentrate on the things that you must do by yourself. And then number 4 category are those things that are neither important nor urgent. And my take on this is expunge them from your list. Now, in fact, that is the first thing you do before you produce a final list. Have these categories, things that are important and urgent in one class, things that are important but not urgent in another class, things that are not important but they are urgent, they are needful in one class. Then the ones you will start dealing with are the ones that are not important and they are not urgent. And the right way to deal with those things is to expunge them from your list. Now you have three categories of items left. Now, that's where the work really begins in goal setting. Now, go back to those things that are important and urgent at the same time. These are the top priorities of your life. Reduce these things to about 3 items. If you have a schedule that is so clustered, you run the risk of losing energy, losing the drive. When you have so much to deal with, it will be difficult for you to handle them all at once. So when you come back to the category of things that are important and urgent, make a short list of 3, not more than 5, depending. And now, these 3 items you have selected on your top priority list, they are where you have a lot of work to do. Another session of thinking through. What are you thinking? How do I break down these important things in my life into everyday steps? That's where you put in the work. Reduce them into fragments that can be acted on daily basis. Those other ones that can wait, they are in the shadow. But your top priority, your major concern are the things that have direct impact, immediate impact in the big picture you are looking at. They are the vehicles that will immediately convey you to the big picture you are looking at. And that's the grand norm for goal setting. Break them down into bits and pieces of actions, actionable items you can do on daily basis, little steps you can take on daily basis that will eventually lead to the attainment of that big picture. Concentrate your energy on those things and see how you can sift them and break them down into steps that you can manage on day-to-day basis. Reduce them to everyday actionable steps. Well, I will break it off at this point. If this information is helpful to you, say so in the comment section. Like the video, share it. You can also be a channel of blessing to some other people in your contact list. Most importantly, follow our page for more updates, and your life must experience that change you desire this year. Stay blessed and keep moving. Bye-bye.